In alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Inshallah, we're going to go ahead and get started on the class for today, and we are continuing with the topic that we begun this week entitled The Benefits or Virtues of Remembering Allah on a Regular Basis. And again, if you want any of these hadiths to apply to you or to work for you, you have to do this on a regular basis. You can't do it just one time. It has to be every day or every other day on a regular basis. And today what we're going to speak about is how there are certain supplications or certain words of remembrance that our prophet shared with us, that if we say them in the morning when we wake up and we say them in the evening before we go to sleep, they will help us. They'll bring about great virtues and reward for us throughout the day or the night. And some of these hadiths we discussed already during the month of Ramadan. But, so hopefully you guys are doing these things. And for those of you who were not here during Ramadan, we're going to review some of them. And again, what does it mean to supplicate? To supplicate, this is an English word and not Arabic. Supplicate means to beg or ask Allah, to call upon Allah, to ask Allah for something. And we are commanded as Muslims to supplicate on a regular basis. We should always ask Allah to help us in life. And also, guys, supplication is an action of worship. The Prophet ﷺ said supplication is worship, and then he recited the words of Allah, where Allah says in the interpretation of meaning, "Call upon me and I will answer your prayer. But those who are too arrogant to serve me will surely find themselves humiliated in hell." So again, there's the evidence that we are obligated to supplicate or call upon Allah. Also, we have a hadith whereas one of the companions asked the Prophet, "Where is Allah?" And Allah sent down the verse from the Qur'an to the Prophet Muhammad saying, "When my servants ask you about me, tell them I am close to them. I hear the prayer of every caller when he calls upon me." So Allah is close to us. Where is he? Physically, he is above his throne. Physically, he's above his creation. But Allah hears everything. Whenever we open that connection up with him, he listens, he hears. Also in another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Nothing is more dear to Allah than a person who calls upon him, who supplicates to him." And also the Prophet said, whoever wants Allah to answer his prayers during difficult times should supplicate to Allah more and more when times are good. In other words, you don't want to wait till times are bad. When things are going bad in your life, now you want to pray and call upon Allah. But when Allah has things happening good to you, you don't think about him. So many of us don't think about him. So that's why Allah loves for us to think about him and remember him when times are good. If you remember him when things are good in your life, then that makes the chances of him responding when things are bad even greater. And again, to not call upon Allah is a sin. To not call upon Allah brings his punishment. We have a hadith whereas the Prophet ﷺ told us that Allah has said there are 4 characteristics of which one is mine, one is yours, and one is common between me and you, and the other is common between you and my other servants. The one that belongs to me is that you should not associate any other God with me. The one that is for you is that when you do a good deed, I will reward you for it. The one that is common between me and you is that when you call upon me, I will respond to your call. And the one that is common between you and me, between you and my other servants, is that you should like for others what you like for yourself. This is a wonderful hadith to ponder the meaning of. Only Allah is worthy of worship. That's the first one. Okay? Whenever you call upon Allah, Allah will respond to you, guys. That's why we should never lose hope. We should never allow our problems in life to make us so depressed, to make us suffer from anxiety. Because Allah promises that whenever you call upon me, I will respond to your call. Also in another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah's punishment is on the one who does not call upon him for help. So again, you want to call upon Allah in good times and in bad. Does everybody understand that? Very important and very good advice. And so there are certain supplications that our Prophet taught us to remember Allah with when we're faced with hardships. And also we can remember Allah by using these supplications every day, in the morning and in the evening. And when we talk about the morning begins at Fajr. From Fajr till sunrise. That's morning. Early morning is Fajr till sunrise. Evening is from Asr until sunset. The Prophet ﷺ said, if anyone says in the morning and evening, Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, we talked about that. If you say that 100 times, on the day of judgment, no one will stand before Allah with a better reward than you. And we've talked about that hadith many times. Also in another hadith, when it was nighttime or evening, the Prophet would say, we have evening and the whole kingdom of Allah also has evening. And all praise is due to Him. There is no God but Allah. He is the one who has no partner with Him. His is the sovereignty and all praise is due to Him. And He has power over all things. O Allah, I ask you the good of this night, and I seek refuge in you from the evil of this night and the evil that follows it. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from sloth and from evil of vanity. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from the punishment of the hellfire and from the punishment of the grave. And in the morning he would say, it is morning for us, and he would recite the same supplication in the morning. So the Prophet would recite that supplication every day at Fajr, and he recited every day at Asr. When he make his Asr prayer, he would recite that. After making his Fajr prayer, he would recite that. Okay? Also, there's another hadith that the Prophet ﷺ told one of his companions, recite Surah Al-Ikhlas, and also recite the last two surahs of the Qur'an, which is the Falaq and the Nas. Recite these three surahs in the morning, which is after Fajr, and in the evening, which is after Asr, 3 times. And it will protect you. It will be enough for you. In other words, again, there's a lot of Muslims out there who suffer with pessimism. They're so afraid of people doing magic, people making evil eyes on them, and bad things happening to them, and all of that. For those Muslims who are pessimistic or superstitious or whatever, the Prophet said simply recite the Ikhlas, which is Qul Huwallahu Ahad, the Falaq, which is Qul A'udhu bi Rabbil Falaq, and the Nas, Qul A'udhu bi Rabbin Nas. Recite those 3 surahs after Fajr and after Asr every day, and that's all you need for protection. You ain't got to worry about that. Something that we all should get in the habit of doing. Also in another hadith, the Prophet used to teach his companions. He said, when it is morning, in other words, at Fajr, you should say, "O Allah, we have reached morning with your help, and we have reached evening with your help. And with your help we live, and by your command we die, and with you is our resurrection." You should say that in the morning. And then in the evening you should say, "O Allah, with your help we have reached the evening, and with your help we have reached the morning, and with your help we live, and with your command we die, and to you is our return." And again, anytime. Okay? In the morning, or in the evening? Because I know this is going to be a question from one of you, probably Brother Muhammad. Say, for example, you were like Layla Nashiba. You work third shift. I work third shift. Okay? So I am awake for Fajr. When I make my Fajr, I can recite this stuff. But then when I come home and go to sleep, I sleep. I don't wake up between Asr and Maghrib. But if I wake up after Maghrib, can I recite these supplications then? Yes. Islam is not about fanaticism. You don't have to recite them during those exact time periods. If something happens, remember, and you oversleep, when you wake up, then you can go ahead and make these supplications in the day. Or if you're asleep, you can make these supplications in the night. Does everybody understand? But if you're awake, you want to make them right after you make Fajr and right after you make Asr. Everybody understand? All right. Also, we have another hadith where it's the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave advice to Abu Bakr. He told Abu Bakr, say in the morning and in the evening every day, O Allah, you are the creator of the universe. You know the unseen. You are the Lord and possessor of everything. I testify that there is no God but you, and I seek refuge in you from the evil within myself, and from the evil of the devil, and from his inciting one to attribute partners to you. If you say this in the morning and in the evening, and say it before you go to bed. So again, these are other good words of remembrance that we should do. Say it before you go to bed. Say it when you wake up in the morning, and say it before you say it in the evening. Okay. Also, in another hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if a person says every day, in the morning and in the evening, the following words: in the name of Allah, by whose name nothing on the earth or the heaven can do any harm, and He is the all-hearing, the all-knowing. If you say this every day in the morning and every day in the evening, then there at 3 times, then nothing can harm you. And again, this is for a person that's so afraid of somebody doing magic on them, or the evil eye, or whatever. Okay? So again, these are beautiful supplications that our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us to say. And you don't want to say them just one time. It has to be every day, guys, or on a regular basis. Another one. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if anyone says in the morning or in the evening, O Allah, it is morning, I call to bear witness to you and to the bearers of your throne, your angels and all your creatures, that you are Allah, other than whom there is no God, and that Muhammad is your servant and messenger. If you say that, Allah will free 1/4 of you from the hell. If you say it twice, Allah will free 1/2 of you from hell. If you say it 3 times, Allah will free 3/4 of you from hell. If you say it 4 times, Allah will free you completely from hell. So say these words 4 times. 4 times in the morning or in the evening every day. And again, the key is you have to be consistent. You have to say these words on a regular basis. You can't just do it one time. Also, in another hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam always uttered the following supplications in the morning and in the evening. He used to say, O Allah, I ask you for security in this world and in the hereafter. O Allah, I ask you for forgiveness and security in my deen and in my worldly affairs, in my family and in my property. O Allah, cover up my thoughts. Keep me safe from the things I fear. O Allah, protect me from the front and from the behind and from the right and the left and from above. And I seek in you, in your greatness, the protection from unexpected harm from beneath. So again, and this is a supplication that I say all the time. I say this one all the time too. And this supplication, you're asking Allah to protect you against those who want to try to harm you. Those people that you can't see. People who want to attack you from the right, from the left, from the back, from the front. You don't know what plans other people make against you. So you're asking Allah to protect you from that. Okay? And also it means you're asking Allah to protect you from being swallowed up by the earth too, which is earthquake. Protect you from harms that come from earthquakes and that type of stuff too. Okay, so again, these are wonderful, wonderful supplications that we can say every day in the morning and in the evening. Another one, the Prophet ﷺ said, if anyone says, "O Allah, I have risen with your help, blessings, security, and protection, so complete your blessings upon me, your protection for me, your security for me, in this world and in the hereafter." If you say that 3 times in the morning and 3 times in the evening, Allah will certainly complete his blessings upon you. Oh my God, what wonderful words to say. To say it 3 times in the morning and in the evening every day. Okay, so again, guys, so many words. You know, we all complain about how life is hard for us. How we all go through so many trials, so many hardships, so many tests. We have to remember Allah. Certain words of remembrance that if we say every day in the morning, every day in the evening, then Allah will give us the ability to handle whatever trial we're faced with. He'll give us the ability to come out a winner in every situation. Okay? So again, these are wonderful words of remembrance that I wanted to share with you. And many of them we talked about during Ramadan. So hopefully many of you are already in the habit of saying some of these supplications every day, because we studied this during the month of Ramadan too. So we'll stop right here for today. And again, if for example you oversleep and you wake up, Asr is after Maghrib, you can still say that supplication. You wake up, it's after Fajr, after the sun has risen, you can still say those supplications. Allah is not a fanatic, and you shouldn't make the religion hard on yourselves. And so we'll stop right here for today. Tomorrow we're going to continue by speaking about certain words of remembrance that our Prophet ﷺ taught us to say when we're doing good deeds, and the rewards that